Well, welcome back. We know that fillers are a popular treatment to smooth out the lines and the wrinkles on our faces.
Yeah, but there are other applications to get a more youthful look too. Kristen Schultz and Dee Dee Sumner are back from the Center for Aesthetics and Plastic Surgery, which recently opened a location in Mequon to serve even more of us, which is wonderful. Great to see both of you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Fillers, I think, are interesting because one of the things that people will say, especially if they're a fan of them and have already tried them, is that it's pretty much an instant great fix.
Which is what's great about them. So what I brought today is our favorite line, which is the Juvederm family of fillers. They're made of hyaluronic acid, which is great because it's malleable. We can mold it.
Okay.
How do you do that?
I actually inject it right into the tissue, and I can actually press and get rid of lumps and bumps immediately.
Oh, so that it's real smooth then, so that you don't get something that, because I always wonder about that. How do you control it or keep it from maybe getting to look sort of lumpy when you use fillers in one spot?
Right, so you have to inject at the correct depth and then get a good massage as well.
Okay, Dee Dee's a really good sport. I love this because she has agreed to sort of let you assess her face here so that we can see. So let's say she comes to you.
Let's just start with gorgeous.
Yes,
Right.
already. Nothing needed. But let's say she comes to you and she says, I would like to look a little bit more youthful, as we all probably do. What would you say to her as you look at her face?
Right, so if you look at Dee Dee, what I'm wanting is facial harmony. So I want the top of her face to look as great as the bottom of her face. Because if things look unharmonious, then people look like they have had work done. Or
Right.
something's not quite right.
Right.
So if you can tell her upper face is fairly smooth, she's lacking volume in the middle. So one of my favorite products is Voluma. It's a 2-year filler. And what I do with it is I inject it right along the bone here, lifts up the tissue, and then I can use my Juvederm Velour, which is an 18-month, and just fill in these little lines here.
And that's how long it will last, 2 years.
Yes, but I do have people follow up with me every 6 months, so I can reassess, maybe
Right.
add just one syringe to keep things looking good.
Okay.
Is part of the goal always to look younger and more youthful, but not, as you mentioned, for someone to say, oh, have you had work done?
I don't want people to look different, just a better version of themselves.
Just a refreshed version of themselves.
Yes.
A natural look.
Natural.
Naturally. Now, Dee Dee, have you had this done before?
Not the fillers. We've done the Botox, but not. That's why this is smooth.
Well, I was going to say
Yeah.
her forehead is beautifully smooth.
That's
It looks
Kristen
very
and
youthful.
Botox.
Yeah, and it does look extremely natural. You know, what are you hearing from clients after? Because I would assume that like the first thing would be you're a little nervous to do anything like this. So how do you get them to be, okay, I'm not that nervous?
Well, everyone is different. Some people will do the cheek, the lip, the lower face, the jawline in one visit. I assess that right away when I start talking to people. If they're nervous, we start with one area.
Right.
And we just
Smart.
we follow up every week. You know,
See if they're happy with that,
of
right?
course.
Yeah, one of the other areas that I think people struggle with that tends to show the signs of aging, because I feel this lately because I had too much sun, especially as a teenager, is right here, the necklace line, or that, you know, that below the chin, but right at that upper chest area. Can you treat that also?
Absolutely. My product Velour, 18 months made by Allergan. We lay little droplets into that necklace line. And it's
Okay. Is
instant-
this an example of how that's done?
Yes, it
Okay.
is. And it's instant gratification. Instant.
And that's kind of a unique area that I don't think people often think about, of having something done to improve the appearance.
Right.
How long does this take?
About a half an hour.
And you can go right back to your normal
Absolutely.
life? Everything's good?
Absolutely. We put a little color science makeup on afterwards. We ice you real nicely. People are great to go back to work.
Is it true that you also treat the earlobes? And
We
what
do.
would be a reason for, because I heard about that and I understand we have a picture too. What's the reason to treat someone's earlobes?
Because, you know, back in our day, we all wore the really heavy earrings,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And so the
Mine have
earlobe-
almost ripped all the way through, in fact.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, from wearing really heavy earrings. Yeah, and you lose volume there too, right?
Yeah, they start to shrivel. And so what we do is we inject, you know, Velour again into that earlobe, bringing more volume. You can wear your earrings just like you used to.
That's fantastic.
And does that last, how long does that last?
18 months,
Wow.
maybe longer, because that's not an area we move.
Oh,
Now
yeah,
the earlobe
Right.
stays stagnant.
You're not
so.
smiling with that.
No.
If you do, you got a really big smile. All the way
Smile
up.
with your earlobes.
Right.
What about the hands? Because this is, again, is another area that tends to show the signs of aging.
Right. So people will come in and say, Kristen, my face looks awesome, but my hands look old now. So we can inject right into the loose tissue and smooth all of that filler out and create a nice smooth hand again. And Dee Dee
incredible.
works with me to kind of work on the exterior.
Right, so you can do intense pulse light or broadband light and help to lift the brown spots off of the hands. You can also do like chemical peels and things like that, but you'll see the most results, I think, with the broadband light or the intense pulse light.
Oh, those are incredible because that pigmentation, it lifts and then it almost
Right.
exfoliates right off. I would think that'd be incredibly,
that's
you
where you'll
get
see
great
the, I think,
results.
in addition to the fillers. But then you also have to be good about your sun protection in that area.
Right.
Always.
Always put back
right?
on the
Moving
sunscreen.
forward. You have
Yeah.
a wonderful offer right now, and this is great as we build toward the holidays. Because if people like you on Facebook, they can see a different special every day to get ready for Christmas. So they can claim these the month of December. Service must be started just before the end of January, which is great. So you do it now, but you just have the service done before the end of January. Here's what you need to do is be sure to like them on their Facebook page. We just had that up. Their new office is located in Mequon on West Mequon Road. The phone number 262-518-2232. You can go to Center for Apps, which stands for Aesthetics and Plastic Surgery. Centerforapps.com. Great to see both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Looking good.
Yeah, I'll say it.